Good morning, everybody. This is Diggs. It's another beautiful day out here in the Pacific Northwest, and today we're going to be talking and asking about the question, should you be pulling for the upcoming Halloween units? Are they going to be any good? Let's go ahead and dig in. Now, we did have the Halloween announcement rerun banner coming this week, and a lot of people are probably hyped. What most people are probably thinking about is getting an opportunity to pull Halloween Leela. Now, if you don't know anything about Halloween Leela, she is arguably one of the, I would say, overall best general units in the game. She's used for farming multis, PvE, she can be used in PvP, she can be built for evasion. Her main job is calculator. She has full life, she has access to some white mage, she has some ninja, so she has access to amazing ninja passive. She is undoubtedly one of the strongest units in the game, and I think a lot of people are really excited for the opportunity to potentially pull for her if they don't have her. Now, a couple things about this, right? Because of course, when we're talking about pulling for Leela, we're also going to be talking about pulling for Halloween Ryu, and we're going to be talking about pulling for Pumpkin Spice Frederica. I think it's going to be very dependent whether or not you should be pulling on the banners that actually come out. And I actually think Leela is not the best thing that'll be coming out on the banners. The actual best thing that I think will be coming out, and what I've heard from a lot of my viewers that they're actually really excited for, is going to be the triple trick vision card. That's also going to be the old Zoa vision card. Some people might know it's right here. It's called Exorcist, and it does have the ability triple trick, which if you aren't familiar is a 3-hit attack, and it's used very much in raids, not guild battle, but guild raid, PvE content. It's used in potentially Trials of Reckoning, and basically any jobs that have access to Sub Soldier, Nightblade, potentially Cloud, Rain, Oron, Warrior of the Crystal Wind, so that would be June. All of these characters or all of these sub jobs are going to be able to have access to this 3-hit attack. So the first thing I would say is, if you do not have triple trick, if you do not have Exorcist, and you don't have Leela, and you had to choose one, I think it's likely that Exorcist is going to help you much more in the long run than actually getting Leela. When we're considering power creep as well and second masteries are being released, it's highly likely that Halloween Little Leela is not going to get her second mastery until October. I could actually see that being very possible, given that they're focusing on the Mastery 2s for the older units. We haven't seen Mastery 2s, for we didn't see them for the summer units, so I doubt we're going to be seeing them for the Halloween units. That being said, they could throw a wild card and we could end up getting Halloween Leela's EX early, or EX2, or sorry, Mastery 2 early. Even then, that is highly outside the realm of possibility. The other thing to consider would be, at least for me and my account specifically, I didn't pull for Pumpkin Spice Frederica or the Pumpkin Spice or Vision card. Basically, the Vision card, the Halloween Monsters VC, gives attack 158, HP 384. For the individual Earth unit equipping it, you're going to be getting luck plus 20%. If Halloween Ryu or Pumpkin Spice Frederica get it, they get Earth Attack 20. Leela, if she equips it, which you would never give it to her, it gives magic and healing power. And then party-wide for Earth units, it gives agility and spirit, as well as pierce resistance. I think, especially as we're considering secondary VCs coming out here in the future, if you are somebody that is running an Earth comp, I think this VC is going to be a very powerful VC for secondary VCs. It's going to be very good to be able to transfer those base stats, that luck, over to a unit of your choosing, and it's going to really enhance maybe like GL Zazan's evasion or Pumpkin Spice Frederica's evasion. So it's going to be a good VC if you are planning on going Earth for the future. Otherwise, though, if you're running 3-man Earth compositions, if you're running, full Earth team if you're running GL Zazan. There are other VCs that I think are arguably better to slot in. And with Joom in the world, I don't know how many people are still running Earth right now. And I would argue, you know, Earth, while powerful right now, is not the best element. In terms of the other units that are going to be releasing, Halloween Ryu is a bit of an oddity. You can see I actually have him 115. He can be valuable simply for his TMR zombie mask, which does have re-raise. I would say this is one of the most important TMRs in the game, next to Bells, next to, you know, having Noctis's AP regeneration, having Lucio's AP regeneration. Being able to put this on a mage or a healer and have them re-raise when they normally would not have re-raise is very powerful. Also, Geozazan as a unit, you know, people kind of knock him a bit, but he's actually a pretty tanky, cool, fun unit. I would say Geozazan is never a unit that has had like the light shown on him. He's never been mainstream, but he is one of those units that I wouldn't be upset having. I'm not gonna 120 him anytime soon, but I would, you know, having him in my kit, there are times where I utilize him, and when I utilize him, I'm happy that I have him. That being said, though, I don't think he's going to be jumping into, you know, mainstream PvP anytime soon. He's got Earth Slash, so he can chain with Earth Slash, but there's so many other Earth Slash chainers out there. He's just kind of in his own little niche world, not unlike the other Rune Knight in the game, Howlet. I would say they're in very, you know, Ryu is significantly more tankier, but Howlet is going to be one of those units that, you know, is going to kind of fall into the same category as Halloween Ryu. In terms of Pumpkin Spice Frederica, Pumpkin Spice Frederica is notoriously one of one of three units that I do not have. So I did not pull Ramza. I made a choice not to pull for Pumpkin Spice Frederica, and I do not regret it. And I did not pull on Joom, which I heavily regret. But I think Pumpkin Spice Frederica, from everything we've seen over the course of the last couple months, can be really powerful in the right hands, in class match, in, you know, certain situations in PvE such as tower. There were specific tower floors where she could literally solo, I think it was 60 EX she could literally solo. It was one of those tower floors, one of the like highest floors, maybe it was just regular floor 60, that she literally has so much evasion she could solo it. So there's, you know, I wouldn't say she's mainstream. I think she's a good unit. I think she's a viable unit, but you know, it's going to come down really to the banners for me. And I think if we're to prioritize units, the top of the list would be Exorcist. Secondary on the list would be Halloween Leela. And then third, fourth, fifth, and sixth would be everything else on the list. Pumpkin Spice Frederica is absolutely a third or fourth, depending on, you know, what your composition and what your VCs look like, particularly for that element, because, you know, evasion and earth is some of those elements that not everybody has access to. It's one of those elements that's a little bit harder to build. You really have to have Noctis's VC. You have to have some limited time VCs. So I would just, you know, make sure it's right for you. Check the banners. I have a feeling the banners are going to be shit. The banners were shit last year when the Halloween re-release, because they knew everybody wanted Halloween Leela. And I have a feeling it's going to be the same thing again. I don't even believe Exorcist had a 10k step up. I believe you actually had to pull it raw dog with, you know, you didn't have any pity. So hopefully it's not going to be like that again. Pray to God. If it is, yeah, Anniversary is coming out next week. You can sit back and chill. You don't have to pull this week. Well, I guess Anniversary is coming out. No, is it next week? It's 2 weeks from now. Let's be honest. You're all going to be playing fucking Triangle Strategy this week anyway. So thank you so much for watching, you guys, and have a great rest of your day.